Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're continuing with the playlist for IGCSE Edexcel Maths A topic questions. We're using past paper questions from 2018 to 2025. In this video, we're going to focus on algebraic proofs. If someone doesn't know about this playlist, you can check the link above because in this playlist, you will find several videos for all of the topics and each video focuses on one topic, and in that video, you'll see different levels for the topic. Since all of the questions are going to be exam questions, you're going to be more familiar with what type of questions you're going to get, and you'll also begin to notice the pattern of the exam paper. So let's start with this one. It says that prove that when the sum of the square of any two consecutive odd numbers is divided by 8, the remainder is always 2. Sum of the squares of any two consecutive odd numbers. So first, let's begin with creating our odd numbers. The first one can be 2x plus 1. Why 2x plus 1? Because 2x is an even number. Anything multiplied by 2 is even. So if we add 1 to that, that's going to be odd. Similarly, next one can be 2x plus 3. Again, if we add 3 to 2x, it's going to be odd because 2x is even. And even plus odd will always be odd. So 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 3 are our two consecutive odd numbers. Now, it says that when the sum of squares of any two consecutive odd numbers, so sum of squares 2x plus 1 whole squared plus 2x plus 3 whole squared. Let's find the sum of the squares. So expand the bracket, 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. That's 4x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 1. And then again 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 9. Collect the like terms. 4x squared plus 4x squared is 8x squared. 2x plus 2x is 4x. 4x plus 6x is 10x. Plus 6x is 16x. And 1 plus 9 is 10. So sum of the squares of any two consecutive odd numbers is divided by 8. The remainder is always 2. So now when you divide this by 8, let's take 8 common. So now when you divide this by 8, 8x squared divided by 8, 16x divided by 8, and 10 divided by 8. All numbers get divided by 8. 8x squared divided by 8 is x squared. 16x divided by 8 is 2x. As you know, 10 does not come in the 8 times table, so we can't fully divide it. So if we do 10 divided by 8, 8 ones are 8 minus 2. So 2 is our remainder. So as you can see, it is the same as what the question was asking us to prove. Whenever we add square of any two consecutive odd numbers and divide the result by 8, the answer will always have a remainder of 2. And this is our remainder of 2. Next question says that using algebra, prove that given any three consecutive even numbers, the difference between the square of the largest number and the square of the smallest number is always 8 times the middle number. So let's have three consecutive even numbers first. So we can say 2x, 2x plus 2, and 2x plus 4. These are our three consecutive even numbers. So the difference between the square of the largest and the square of the smallest number. So 2x plus 4 squared minus 2x squared. Expand the bracket. So 2x plus 4 times 2x plus 4, and 2x squared is 4x squared. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times 4 is 8x. 4 times 2x is 8x. And 4 times 4 is 16. 4x squared minus 4x squared is 0. 8x plus 8x is 16x, and then plus 16. They're saying that the difference between the square of the largest number and the square of the smallest number is always 8 times the middle number. So middle number is 2x plus 2. So if I take 8 common over here, that's going to be 2x plus 2 in the bracket. And as you can see, this is 8 times the middle number. So 8 times 2x plus 2. So that's proven as the question was asking us to do. Then it says prove that the difference between two consecutive square numbers is always an odd number. Show clear algebraic working. So it's just two consecutive square numbers. So if the first number is x and the second number is x plus 1, so it's going to be x squared and x plus 1 squared. These are two consecutive square numbers. So we have to show the difference between two consecutive square numbers is always an odd number. So x plus 1 squared minus x squared. Begin with expanding the bracket like we've done in the previous questions. So that's x squared plus x plus 1, x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus x squared. X squared minus x squared is 0, so 2x plus 1. As you can see, 2x is an even number because x is being multiplied by 2. Anything times 2 is even. So if we add 1 to an even number, the result will be odd. And that's exactly what the question was asking us to prove. Next question says that n is a multiple of 5. A equals to n plus 1, b equals to n minus 1. Prove using algebra that a square minus b square is always a multiple of 20. Okay, so a square minus b square. A is n plus 1 squared and b is n minus 1. So n plus 1 squared minus n minus 1 whole square. Expand the bracket. N plus 1 times n plus 1 minus n minus 1 times n minus 1. That's n squared plus n plus n plus 1 minus n squared minus n minus n plus 1. N squared plus 2n plus 1 minus n squared minus 2n plus 1. N squared plus 2n plus 1 minus n squared plus 2n minus 1. N squared minus n squared is 0. 2n plus 2n is 4n. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So we're getting 4n. They're saying prove using algebra that a square minus b square is always a multiple of 20. If n is 5, 4 times 5 is 20. And as you can see, it is a multiple of 20 because 20 comes in the 20 times table. So far, if you've noticed, it's pretty much easy. It's not that complicated. You just need to know how to write an expression for the given information. You need to know about the terms that I mentioned in the question. What is consecutive? One thing after another. You need to know how to create odd numbers using variables. You need to know how to create even numbers using variables. 2 times x is always even. And if you add 1 to 2x, that's going to make it odd. If you subtract 1 from 2x, that's also going to make it odd. So these are very tiny little things, like basics, not like something very advanced. Like this is something that you learned when you were in like year 7 or 8. So you need to just revise that, solve these questions, like practice like 2, 3 questions and you'll understand like what they're asking us to do. Because so far it's the same thing, nothing has changed. Then it says prove algebraically that the product of any two odd numbers is always an odd number. So any two odd numbers. So if I say that 2x plus 1 and then we have 2x minus 1. These are any two odd numbers. So if we multiply these two, that gives me 4x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 1. That's 4x squared minus 1. Now x squared is being multiplied by 4 and 4 is once again an even number. So the final result will be even. And if you subtract 1 from an even number, that's again going to be odd. So it's again proven that any two odd numbers multiplied will always give an odd number. And you can even check that using the calculator. 7 times 3, 21. 9 times 3, 27. 5 times 7, 35. They're all odd numbers. So you have to use variables and algebra to prove this, not numerical values. Then it says using algebra, prove that given any three consecutive whole numbers, the sum of the square of the smallest number and the square of the largest number is always 2 more than twice of the middle number. Okay, this is kind of similar to a question that we already done. So any three consecutive whole numbers, let's write that. So we can say x plus 1, x plus 2. These are three consecutive whole numbers. The sum of the square of the smallest number and the largest number is always 2 more than twice the square of the middle number. Okay, so let's first solve this. X squared plus x plus 2 times x plus 2. That's x squared plus x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. So that's 2x squared plus 4x plus 4. They're saying that the result is 2 more than twice the square of the middle number. So first, let's square the middle number. So x plus 1 squared is going to be x plus 1 times x plus 1, which is x squared plus x plus x plus 1. That x squared plus 2x plus 1. It is always 2 more than twice the square of the middle. So if we multiply this, x squared plus 2x plus 1, that gives us 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. Then add 2 to it, so 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 plus 2. That's 2x squared plus 4x plus 4, which is exactly the same as this one, which means it's correct. When you add the sum of the smallest and the largest consecutive whole number, the result will always be 2 more than twice the square of the middle number. Then it says prove algebraically that for any three consecutive even numbers, so let's first write any three consecutive even numbers, 2x, 2x plus 2, and 2x plus 4. The sum of the squares of the smallest even number and the largest even number is 8 more than twice the square of the middle even number. Again, similar to the previous question. So sum of the smallest and the largest. So 2x plus 4 squared. Same thing, expand the bracket. 4x squared plus 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. Next, we collect the like terms. So 8x squared plus 16x plus 16. So the same result is 8 more than twice the square of the middle even number. So let's square the middle number. 2x plus 2 squared is going to give us 4x squared plus 8x plus 4 multiplied by 2. So 2 times 4x squared plus 8x plus 4. That's going to give us 8x squared plus 16x plus 8. Then it's 8 more. So now we add 8 to this. And as you can see, it's giving us the exact same answer that we found. So 8x squared plus 16x plus 16. So yes, it does give an answer that is 8 more than twice the square of the middle number. This question says that prove that for any three numbers which are consecutive multiples of 4, the difference between the square of the largest number and the square of the smallest number is always a multiple of 64. So three numbers which are consecutive multiples of 4. So it's going to be 4n, then 4n plus 4, and then 4n plus 8. These are consecutive multiples of 4. Because if you look at the 4 times table, each consecutive term has 4 added to it. 4, 8, 16, we're adding 4. So if the first number is 4n, then to the second number we'll add 4. So if the first number is 4n, for the second number we add 4 to it, then for the third number we again add 4 to it. So these are the three consecutive multiples of 4. Now the difference between the square of the largest and the square of the smallest. So 4n plus 8 squared minus 4n squared. That's 4n plus 8 multiplied by 4n plus 8 minus 16n squared, which is 16n squared plus 32n, again plus 32n, and then plus 64. Collect the like terms. 16n squared minus 16n squared is going to be 0. 32 plus 32, that's going to be 64n. And then we have plus 64. So they're saying that the result is always a multiple of 64. And that's accurate because if we take 64 common, it's 64 times n plus 1. So the entire bracket is being multiplied by 64, which means the complete term 64n plus 64 does come in the 64 times table. So it's again proven. And with that, we're done with the questions for algebraic proofs. If you have any questions or confusions, please leave a comment below and I'll help you out. And if you understood everything, like and subscribe, share this video with your friends. And don't forget to check out the other videos in the playlist because it's greatly going to help your exam prep.